Since the coronavirus outbreak, we have quantified and maintained as a social distance. Have you ever wondered how to long it's been since you have socialized? How long have you been lonely? How do you feel when you are alone? Alone. I think most of us feel a change in our mental and in emotional state, and it doesn't make us feel good. In fact, loneliness affects our lives. And today I'm going to talk about the problem of the loneliness, the cause of it, and the solution. First, let's look at the problem loneliness causes. Chronic loneliness can cause structure change that make our bodies worse. Solitary confinement leads to the sensory deprivation, which can lead to important health disorders. For example, our bodies no longer adapt to changes in circadian rhythms when we indoors for long periods for time. Our body's ability to sense changes in the light and the darkness. Darkness decrease, which can our biological clock also plant. Loneliness can cause mental problem when we are cut off from the context. We have trouble concentrating and are more prone to fear and anxiety. If we reconnect with the outside world, we find it difficult to adapt. So, why is loneliness such a serious problem? One of the most striking effects is long-term social isolation. Is the shrinkage of the hippocampus and area of the brain associated with learning, memory, and spatial awareness, as in the extreme case of the solitary confinement. Constant isolation leads to the loss of the hippocampus, plasticity, decrease in the formation of the new neurons, and ultimately a fear of the hippocampus function, and because our bodies are not moving properly and regularly. This is in the wrinkling lead to other body functions being reduced, which can lead to other related disorders. Since loneliness is such a serious problem, we need to think about how to solve it, or how to alleviate. In the first of all, we need to stay as social as possible, and it's a great option to communicate with people in person as much as possible. But since is a special time, we need to isolate at home to avoid the infection with the coronavirus. We can make more phone calls or video calls with friends. and family. As long as we try to open up and communicate with others, such problem will be reduced. Secondly, even if we are isolated at home alone, we can find some times to regular exercise, such as running to cycling in the park, which is a good opportunity to change the environment. We can get in touch with nature and relax ourselves at the same time. On the whole, loneliness is a common but insolvable problem, and there are many underlying physiological and physical problems due to the change in our invisible brain. Therefore, we need to talk action to solve it, communicate with others, and getting out and exercising and both great options. I really hope we can all be in good mental and physical condition during our self quarantine.